Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is 7:30 a.m. in Chicago. It is the 28th of May. Couple of days left, folks. All right, we'll see what the new month is gonna bring us. All right, so what do we got this morning? We got crude moving back up. I gotta say, man, crude. I think the volatility is going to stay in the crude for months and months and months. I don't see this thing ending anytime soon. Tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat forever, baby. All right, so higher this morning now on crude. All right, so a little move back up to the upside. Not too crazy, but they're going to be moving around. All right, so that's why we talked about it the last couple of days. So here's your crude this morning. Higher again here now. Closed it. Well, I don't know when it closes, but 90.90 right now. All right. So 90.90. We're up $2.25 on the crude here. And we're up about 2.53%, moving back up to the upside. All right. So it looks like for us right now, our support level is going to be at that number I gave you yesterday, $87.68. $87.68. All right. So it probably will get a move back down to the downside. I do think you're going to see a lot of volatility in this oil. Even if let's say they open the Strait, it's months. It's months and months and months. All right. So we're way out on this trade. All right. So let's take that into focus. All right. What's going on this morning? Well, Marvel reported, and it was a do nothing. It should have been a do over. All right. Marvel's not doing anything here. Slightly higher. All right. So earnings came in line, and they were just real close to the vest. All right, so we are slightly higher. We closed at 198.70. We're up to 202 right now. That's still going to be way stuck inside the day, guys. All right, so going nowhere there on your Marvel this morning. All right, so that one. Salesforce was another one here. It was in line. No surprises, no nothing here. Flat as a pancake. Trading at 175.10. It's actually trading lower here now by about $2 and change. Coming back down. You got that shooter down yesterday. All right, so Salesforce has got troubles. All right, you see them right here, right on the monthly, and you see them on the weekly coming down. All right, so nobody's running after this guy right now. But then you get Snowflake, which is in that same group, and this thing blasts. All right, Snowflake. What are we up on percentages here now? We're up almost 39%. All right, they took another one out back and said, okay, you get an award. All right, so $240.68 for coming back all the way out into this area in here on your monthly. So looking for the triangle out. Why can't you finish the job and just go back up to 280 and finish it? But this is where we're going to be right here, man. This is going to be a nice opening here for Snowflake to the upside. We look at it just like we look at it the other way. We look at it 3 days, right? We're going to look at that thing for 3 days. All right, so we'll see if anything else transpires. If anything else, then we'll see what happens with Snowflake, okay? So there's your Snowflake. Best Buy. Higher by about $4 and change here. It's picked it up, actually. It's coming back up higher. When I came in earlier, it was trading around 68 and change. So we've made maybe a buck and a half to the upside. Best Buy moving. This thing's already been cruising. Good numbers on there. They had an estimate of 1.24. They got 1.28. So they beat on revenue and they beat on earnings. So this is a nice play to the upside here on Best Buy. Let's see if it can hold the gains and see if it can maybe start to turn into a premium so we can start selling it again. All right, so we'll see you there. All right, so Best Buy better this morning, and that's what we got there. All right, so Snowflake, we got Salesforce, Kohl Stores was a miss, and the stock's better. All right, so Kohl Stores, you gotta like that when they were looking for even to a loss, and they did better. All right, so $15 on the move to the upside here on Kohl Stores. There might be some more room there. All right, here's one that hasn't reported, but that's what I like just for you guys today. I like this Tractor Supply. I like this 212 on the day. All right, that's going to take day up today. So we're looking for the 2-1 day up here, and we're already trading at 30.85. All right, so you got one job to do to get up to there to 31.60. Let's see if we can get that done today. What do you say with the 212 back up on the daily, trying to get back to 31.58? That's is almost my pick of the day on that one. I shouldn't say that because if it doesn't go blah blah blah. I'm gonna say it anyway. I think that can pay. I think there's a possibility. I like the way the 3-1-2 sets up. So we'll see. Hold on one second here. All right. All right. So, all right, there we go. All right. So Tractor Supply a little bit better. I don't know when they're going to report. All right. So, so we got that. A couple things that I've been looking at. So we got Staples, kind of a little better yesterday, but then kind of spoiled out. But here they're coming back again today. So a couple of names that I look in there that I like here, and one of them's already moving. Dollar Tree. I was watching this one yesterday. I wish I would have been buying it yesterday. Had a nice day up yesterday too. But here we go. We closed at 95.87. We're trading at 111.98. Dollar Tree to the upside. All right, we'll see if we can get some more continuation there, and then we can look at its buddy over there, that Dollar General, and they are on the move as well at 104.33, coming back up. So the dollar stores, both of them, looking better this morning. All right, we'll see if they can hold their gains and get something moving from there. All right, so Dollar Tree a little bit better. Did I say Sprout Farm? Sprout Farm. I kind of like this SFM. 2112 coming back on the dailies here. It's been real choppy. It has been super choppy. All right, so it's 2 up on the quarter. It's 2 up on the month. It's got a really nice hammer coming up here on the week. Can we get that before the week ends at 94, 98? Probably not, but it's something to shoot for if you're looking for something to shoot for. All right, a little bit better here this morning, not too much going. It's just in line, 88.57. That one I kind of like a little bit there. Costco reported too. I didn't see the numbers, but Costco is better. No, it's actually a little lower here, coming back down right now at Costco. All right, Costco's slightly lower. Costco under pressure, and we know that Walmart's under pressure. Pricing, business. Walmart, I think Walmart will get it back together here. I just want to get out of the point where you're not going to get triangled out all the time every time you try to buy something. So let's give it a little bit of room here, all right? This was a day gapper down here. So we waited 3 days. We kind of bottomed them out. I like where we are here at the low end of the gapper down. that's been knocked down pretty good from that 135.16, but I still think they got some troubles. Okay, so be cautious with Walmart. I kind of like it there, but I'm just a little cautious of that one right now. All right, these are ones I just picked on my own here. Monster, Monster's a beast. Monster's a beast. All right, 2 up on the month, 2 up on the week. Had a nice day up yesterday. It's trading at 89.27 inside. See if it's can keep it going here. It's got real nice movement going on here, all right? So Monster, maybe some exhaustion risk, possibly, maybe. We don't worry about exhaustion risk. All right, Monster, a little bit better there. I'm going to go through some of the gappers that we got this morning. So there's your Marvel. We talked about that one. Oh, sorry, you didn't get that, did you? Okay. All right, there's your Marvel. We just talked about that one. Starting to firm up even a little more here now. It's up to 207. All right, so it's moved up again a little bit more. Please do not chase the stock. It's stuck inside of 218.26 was yesterday's highs. It's blood red, man. All right, so sit tight on Marvel. We'll see what tech does today. I really want to talk about this one because it's going our way. All right, I made that video on Sunday, and then I talked about it on yesterday. I think it was Saturday. I don't remember what day. But anywho, NVIDIA has broke down on that 212. All right, it did break yesterday. All right, and it did come back above. All right, and now this morning we're lower again. All right, so our next stop is 206 and change. We got down to 208.83 on the overnight here on NVIDIA. All right, so we're looking for 206 to break there. Let's pull it up on the daily and kind of show you what I was talking about. So I said if we break our support level at 212, which we did, all right, now they came back and come back inside. But right now, we're down to 211 and change right now, all right? So we're close, all right? So it's going to keep tinkering around with this until we get break down to that 206.59 number. And then you could legitimately start to think about that 194 number that we talked about right here. All right? Give me that triangle out. All right? Even with those hammers going up. So let's see what happens there. That's our number there. And then we see where she lives from there. And then our next move is to their downside. That is that 164 number. All right? I'm nursing it to bring it down. I'm trying at least. So we'll see. I think if it gets up, it starts to edge up to 218. Right up, we start going back up here. There's a real good chance the thing could just turn around and move back up. Got to watch the options on these things. All right, we'll see where the flow is going, baby. All right, so a little bit lower this morning here on NVIDIA. So we'll wait and see what happens there. At least we're going the right way we were trying to go to. All right. So NVIDIA, we'll see. What else here? I'm not going to go through all of them. Snowflake, big move to the upside. There you see it. Cursor is a little guy here. This is all in my gapper list that I'm sure you study diligently every morning. All right. 982 on the Cursor closed, trading at 1301. Had a nice day that went up yesterday too on the Cursor. Really good on the month here. Looking for more expansion to the upside. All right, this thing is cruising, right? We got $13 now this morning. All right, so we're taking out all this guy, right? All right, look at this thing. Cursor on the move, man. All right, so 1301. This is where we're going to be today. Pivot machine gun from the rest of the way up, right? Why not? Look at that. All right, Cursor. Get. All right, let's get the 2072 on this thing. All right. So there's your pivot machine gun if you want to get some more. We'll see you. Keep an eye on that one. All right, that one is in the gapper list this morning. That's why we put it in there because it is gapping. All right, Agilent in your healthcare sector. What's going on with this thing? 128.50 closed at 115.84. Considerably better on Agilent this morning. Nice move to the upside. XLV, it's trying to come back up a little bit right now. It's trying to hammer back up. We'll talk about those sectors. All right. So Agilent, a little better there. And Best Buy, we talked about that one. We talked about Kohl's stores. Talked about Cream. Dell Computer. I can't go after it. It's got to come back down. It has just ran away with everything, okay? They got to be the kings right now. If they weren't the kings first, they're the kings again, all right? Maybe they can take that Intel, all right? So Dell Computers, much better there. Another one there, little guy, keep an eye on, Vroom. Well, Vroom got crushed yesterday to the downside. All right, looking for the 3-day setup on this thing. Not much going here, pretty flat. All right, might want to watch that one for a few days, see if it gets back up to snuff. But this thing's been killed. All right, killed. Somebody killed Kenny. All right, LYB, Lionsdale Basel. This is your material stock coming back down here now. It got up to 69.72. So 69.72 was taken out almost a 2-day, but 69.03 now brings you right back inside. You're still inside right in here. We'll see where Liondell gets any better there. That group is not good leadership over there, I'll say this. All right. I love Stitch Fix. Yeah, that's right. I love Stitch Fix. 2 up. I'm a retail freak. All right, so Stitch Fix better here. I had a nice day yesterday. 365 this morning, taking 2 pennies up. Stitch Fix might have some more room here, man. I got this month turning green here any day now at 367. All right, so I like Stitch Fix, and it's been down and out in Beverly Hills for a long time. All right, so we'll see if anything comes of that. The airlines are lower this morning. All right, we got that going on. We got a couple other healthcare names that are a little bit better. Baxter's a little bit better here. So we know that XLP is good. We see it, right? Here it is. It's coming back up again this morning. I like that Monster. I like that Dollar Tree. I like that Sprout Farm. Walmart, again, I would still be cautious and waiting. And I like that Tractor Supply. Dollar Tree and Dollar Gen, both looking better this morning. Get in the dollar store, spend some money. All right. What else there? JD is a little bit different. What's JD doing? This thing crapped out, coming all the way back down to the bottom of the broad formation of the daily. So sitting back down at the lows. Not getting out of there anytime soon with the shooter down on the months. Adios, amigo. Don't touch this thing. All right. I'm watching Intel. I don't watch too many tech stocks, but I am watching Intel. So Intel hasn't been stalled out now for a days. All right, so it's going to break a move to the one side. I hope it breaks down, but it probably won't happen. All right, 116.74 was yesterday's. 116.97 was the lows yesterday. It was trying to push up in the overnight here to 122.05, and you're still stuck inside day anyway. How about a breakdown back to the downside here? All right, Intel. All right. So we got more action, all right, in Iran, all right. We know that, like I said, oil volatility is going to go on for months and months and months, all right. Even if they reopen today, months and months and months, all right. So I see this playing out all the way into the end of the year, if not further. Maybe we were with Iran forever. Who knows? Who knows, man? All right, but every day they're talking about we're going to get a deal, we're going to get a deal, we're going to get a deal. There's no deals. All right, so volatility will continue in the crude. We're watching this. That's why we're watching close now. 87.68 is the best number I have for us right now. So we're going to really watch it a little bit closely here. I'm not going to get too crazy with it, but I definitely will be looking at the crude for sure. All right. If we start to break down below that number, then we'll find maybe a better number there, because there'll probably be another move to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised. Like this morning, there's skirmishes going on, and oil's back up 3% today. All right, so there's where the vol. It's going to continue. It's going to stay. It's not going away anytime soon. Bitcoin, we're looking at Bitcoin, $73. Hasn't done anything in forever. Trump was talking about Bitcoin about something. I didn't catch it, but he was talking about Bitcoin about something. All right, so XLK, moving to the upside. There you go. Snowflake, right? Huge move to the upside. Up 40% almost here on Snowflake. Jesus. All right. So tech is coming back up. As I just showed you there, XLK is moving to the upside. XLP is going to the upside. XLP, buy that on weakness, and it will come in. XLC a little bit better. This group is still a wreck. Meta's talking about subscriptions, possibly making you pay to be on Facebook. Yeah, all right, figure that one out. All right, we'll see you. Well, I think we're going to pay for everything. All right, everything. They are going to figure out the way to get every single one of our dollars, folks. All right, that is coming to a theater you anytime now. All right, XLF is coming up here better this morning too, and the banks have been kind of lazy, and I mean lazy. Look at the inside month. This guy's not working out, man. Come on. 2.232 on XLF. This thing is completely stalled out, not doing anything. All right, XLF has been sleeping. Rumpelstiltskin needs to, wake this guy up. XLE, this is where the rubber meets the road on energy, right? So, this is what created all of this new inflation that we have. We had that old stuff, but now we got some fresh new stuff. All right, probably going to get some more fresher new stuff too coming. All right, so be prepared for that. XLE, we'll see that much going on there. All right, so discretionaries. That group is still pretty good, but be very selective. They took those cruise ships up too fast, too quick. I wouldn't chase those. I like some of these retailers here. I like that Kohl's stores. I kind of like that. What do I have? I gave you Kohl's stores, and I had a couple other ones in there. All right, so Stitch Fix is, but I like that stock a little bit. I like that Dollar Tree. I like that Dollar Gen. All right, on that note, I got to get the hell out of here. 23 minutes, way too long. Be good.